XX Awards may have been postponed due to the pandemic, but it has certainly not lost its impact. The list of last year's winners has recently been announced, tying in with this year's Women's Month. To tell us more about this and how the awards continue to celebrate phenomenal women in the hospitality industry, we are joined by Food XX Director and founder of Studio H, Hannerie Visser. Hannerie, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, Simpiwe. Thanks for having me.
Give us a brief background, Hannerie, into what the Food XX Awards are all about.
So as Studio H, which is an agency that works in the food industry, we felt that it's really important to create a platform where we could celebrate and showcase women and all the work that they do in the industry.
Okay, and last year's ceremony was disrupted due to the pandemic. Speak to us about how that impacted you.
So we planned a beautiful gala evening that was going to be at the Mount Nelson Hotel, and we had to keep postponing it. And eventually, when we hit the last lockdown, I decided that maybe we should just announce it because Women's Month was coming up.
Yeah.
And we all know everyone in the hospitality industry has been through such a tough 18 months. So it just felt like the time was right for some good news.
Now speak to us about the nomination list and the process of determining the winners.
So the public, we open up nominations to the public for about 6 months. And then we have a fantastic panel of judges, which were the inaugural winners. So everybody that won an award in 2019 voted in each category. And then we ended up with 16 winners this year.
And I know that there's a long list of winners being celebrated through these awards, but just briefly speak to us about some of the notable names on the list.
So we tried to cover the entire food system. So
Okay.
we have a farming category. So Joy Parla, based in Johannesburg, she's a landscaper. And she's the founder of Organic Kitchen Gardens. She won that category. Tracy Nalmondo, who's a medical doctor, but she's also a health coach, a food activist, and she's the founder of Modern Traditions, won the Food Educator Award, which is such an important category. And then Kaz Abrahams, who the renowned food historian and author, based in Cape Town, won the Food Icon category. And then we created a newcomer category this year as well to create a special category for because of COVID. And that category was won by Mabato Molefe, who has a beautiful Zulu-inspired eatery called Emazulwini at Makers Landing in Cape Town. And she's a great example of the kind of woman that we honor with these awards. She lost her job, she got retrenched during COVID, and she's now the proud owner of her own beautiful restaurant.
And then in the adjudication process, what is it that judges are looking for?
I think we're looking for just women who do special things. You know, often, especially in this industry, there's people who do a lot of work behind the scenes, but don't always get the recognition. It's people who do a lot around education. There's people who do a lot around work. A lot of work around fixing our broken food system. So,
Sure.
You know, it's people who do maybe small things that make really big differences.
Okay. And speak to us about the live Instagram discussions with these women powerhouses that is currently taking place for the rest of Women's Month.
So we're doing a series of live Instagram talks, so people can just follow us on Studio H. So it's Studio_H_. And we're doing weekly sessions with all the winners and some of the judges. Just discussing things. Yesterday we had a beautiful discussion on mental wellness. And
Okay.
that discussion people can view on our Instagram TV now. And we'll be covering all the, another interesting topic coming up, for example, is talking about what is South African food and how important is our cultural heritage.
Okay. And what impact do these awards have on the winners' careers, especially in the newcomer category?
Well, hopefully it will have some kind of an impact, and it's at the moment, if I can just get 1 or 2 more people to maybe go and eat at one of these winners' restaurants or buy something from them, or even if you share the posts, the winners on Instagram, every little thing helps to promote these businesses and help them get through this really difficult time.
And just take us through some of the ways in which South Africans can support the food and drinks industry going forward.
Like I've said, I think even if you don't have money and you can't go out and maybe make a reservation at Emazulwini, or you can't buy something from Modern Traditions, if you follow them on Instagram, if you like their posts, comment, share, every little bit of exposure and every little bit of love really makes a difference.
And then in terms of, the acquisition of some of the basic food ingredients for these cooks and chefs, I understand that the current looting that has been taking place in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal has really affected them. So what have you heard in terms of what some of these chefs are saying about the acquisition of such ingredients?
So yesterday in one of the discussions around South African food, Anna Chapido told me a beautiful story. She has a friend in KZN who she checked on immediately and asked her, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yes, don't worry about me." People have kind of formed this informal network where somebody may have chickens in their garden and they're now trading eggs for someone else's cabbage. So I think we've got such a beautiful, supportive nature as South Africans. So we're seeing so much of that now. So, there's always something good that comes out of hard things.
All right. Let's talk about these awards and the details thereof, when it'll be taking place and where.
So we will open up nominations soon, towards the end of August. We will announce it on the Studio H Instagram page again, and then the public must please nominate all their favorite women in food.
Hannerie, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for your time. Hey.
Thanks for having me.
That was Food XX Director and founder of Studio H, Hannerie Visser, and we're just in conversation with her about their recent announcement of the 2020 Food XX Awards. In the dying